Hello, hello. Today we're trying a brand I've tried a few other times. It's from Harris Teeter. The brand is called Private Selection. This is a new flavor, brown butter bourbon truffle. I actually tried this one earlier today, but I'm digging back in so I can get a review. So one of the things I don't like about this brand is that there's no protective covering on the ice cream. So when you open it up, you just open this and the ice cream's right there. And I don't love that, just for, sanitation reasons. I just don't feel like it's the cleanest option. Someone could open it at the grocery store, who knows? But I do tend to love the quality of this ice cream. So we're gonna dive back in. I enjoyed it earlier today, but I have a few notes. So this is what the ice cream looks like. It is a sort of sandy color, this sort of light brown color. And then it's got swirls, which the swirls are, I guess, well, there's no flavor descriptions with this ice cream. So I think they're probably, you know what? I just found a flavor description. I don't know that I've seen this before. Okay, this says premium ice cream with sea salt caramel and real bourbon whiskey truffles for a truly divine indulgence. So that's sea salt caramel. That's what that ribbon is. And then the ice cream itself is I'm pretty sure it's a brown butter flavor. And then it's got the bourbon whiskey truffles in it. Okay. So, just, first taste here. The ice cream itself is pretty yummy. I enjoy that brown sugar flavor. It's really rich. It's tasty. The caramel swirl is also really good with the brown butter. And then you've got your truffles here. And these are the bourbon truffles. Whiskey, I think it said. Bourbon whiskey truffle. So I don't really get a strong alcohol flavor anywhere in this pint, but it is tasty. It's in a really good truffle. It doesn't taste that different than the salted caramel flavor from this one. I've reviewed it sometime recently. It's like a sea salt caramel. This is really not that different. I mean, the ice cream itself tastes different. Instead of a vanilla, you've got this brown sugar. And there's definitely notes of the whiskey or the bourbon. It's really subtle though. I just don't think this one tastes terribly different from that caramel ice cream, which is kind of strange. They're very different flavors, but they share that caramel swirl. But I don't know that it stands out as being that different. The truffles really taste similar to those caramel truffles. But it's still a tasty ice cream nonetheless. I almost remember when I reviewed that caramel, thinking it had this sort of boozy flavor. So that's really interesting. But I don't know how different these two ice creams really are. There's a lot of caramel there. It's a whole swirl. The caramel itself, what made me think of that is that the caramel swirl has this boozy flavor. I don't know why that is, but I'm starting to think that a lot of these private selections taste similar. I do love their raspberry one. It tastes very different. It's a very different flavor. But I don't know. I find that sometimes with Jenny's too, like even a higher quality ice cream. Some of their flavors taste so similar to other flavors, and I don't love that. Ben & Jerry's is one that I don't really find that a lot. I feel like their flavors are really distinct. So I don't dislike this pint. It is not my favorite flavor. And because it doesn't stand out a lot from the caramel, it is influencing me that I've recently had that one. Because it's so similar to that, I'm just gonna give it a lower score because I feel like this brand needs, I don't know, they need their flavors to stand out more. But I'm gonna give this one maybe a 6 out of 10, or that feels too high, maybe a 5.5 out of 10. It's not a bad ice cream. I think that the base is really good, the brown sugar. So if you want to try that, give this a shot. It gets a little bit of chocolate in there, which, you know, I love. So it's got, you know, some variety, and it's got the caramel, but it's just not that outstanding. So 5.5 for this one. I don't know how many other flavors I'm going to get by this brand because I am kind of put off by there not being a protective covering too. But it's always a staple, you know, it's a fairly priced ice cream too. So this might reappear, this brand at another point, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy more of it.